All right, good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2020 edition of our annual event, Communities Against Poverty. I'm Bruce Barnum, CCLP's Development Director, coming to you live from the studios of CCLP here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. So this event is our seventh annual signature event. It has a different name this year, Communities Against Poverty, which reflects our new mission statement, updated this year. Previously, it was called Pathways from Poverty. This year is the first year we're doing this event virtually, of course, due to the pandemic, but we're happy to welcome you all online through your camera, through your screen, your laptop, your phone, or wherever you may be viewing from. Just to give you a few logistical details about the event, spread out over the next 3 days. This is the opening, and then we'll be having more great events on Friday and Saturday. The highlight today is at noon. We'll be having the Champions of Economic Security and Equity Awards. Really excited to welcome our 4 attendees. And then we'll have 2 of our really excellent staff mini webinars this afternoon. And then more great events over the next 2 days after that. So stay tuned to your email, look for the links. Let us know if you need any help. We're standing by for our technical assistance. So now I'm going to go ahead and thank our sponsors for this opening and then introduce our speakers. Our presenting sponsors for this morning's kickoff are Baird and the Wheeler Advisory Group, LLC. And our supporting sponsors are the Colorado Fiscal Institute, Community Resource Center, and Connect for Health Colorado. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Really appreciate your support, especially this year. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce our fearless leader, Executive Director, Tiffany Lennon, to make some opening remarks and kick off this great event. Welcome.
Thank you, Bruce. And thank you all for joining us this morning for our event kickoff. Welcome to CCLP's Communities Against Poverty virtual event. As Bruce explained, CCLP organized a very engaging and powerful series of short segments. Over the course of the next 3 days, including today, this event will showcase the work of CCLP, our dedication to fighting poverty and advancing racial equity. We will also celebrate the amazing work and dedication of our community partners. We could not be here today without your support and the support of our funders and sponsors. Each of us are part of the anti-poverty movement. Our work matters, your work matters, and make no mistake that we can and will advance an anti-poverty movement that is strategic, thoughtful, and places race equity at the forefront. We will do this through research, evidence-based solutions, that encompass both community voice and coalition building, and through legal and legislative advocacy. We must not only pass laws for all Coloradans, but we must also ensure that those policies are working for all Coloradans. CCLP will present topics that we were all concerned about in the fight against poverty. Today, CCLP will cover food security and health advocacy. Tomorrow's focus areas include stable housing and a keynote address by award-winning journalist Tony Messenger. On Saturday, we will cover a final segment on employment and unveil the State of Working Colorado report. So as you participate in the short segments over the course of the next couple of days, think about the anti-poverty movement that we are all part of. Think about the blueprint to end poverty. How will you shape the blueprint? How will you influence the movement? What will your role be? Think big and bold, and let's have a conversation about what's right for Colorado. Now, I would like to introduce our true fearless leader, the chair of the CCLP Board of Directors, Sarah Parady. It is my pleasure to introduce Sarah Parady. After law school, Sarah served as law clerk to Judge Carlos Lucero of the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, then received the Skaden Fellowship to work at Colorado Legal Services. She has since started her own plaintiff rights law firm. She served as the 2019-2020 president of the Colorado Bar Association, where she helped to draft and pass Colorado's Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. Her list of pro bono and community services roles are extensive. I'll give you a couple of illustrations of her recent recognitions and awards. In 2019, Sarah received the People's Choice Award for Best Employment Attorney for Plaintiffs. She also received a Top Lawyer in Civil Rights Litigation by 5280. 2017, she was Barrister of the Year. And in 2015 to 2020, she has maintained a preeminent rating by Martindale Hubbell. It's my privilege to call her a colleague and the chair of CCLP's board. Sarah?
Well, I feel like it's backwards for the board to be introduced in such glowing terms because, of course, it's my privilege to chair this board. I think everyone who's listening today knows that we're at a historical inflection point today where even more so in the years leading up to 2020, the multiple overlaying crises of poverty and inequality, and of course, racialized poverty and racial inequality have been just laid bare in America for anyone to see. And I've been so proud to watch our staff with all of their typical selfless dedication turn themselves inside out while living through the pandemic like all of us to keep doing what they all do best, which is the incredibly hard work of making policy and law that will actually impact poverty and inequality in our state. They are individually and personally making sure that in Colorado, the people who are the most vulnerable during this pandemic have fierce advocates in the places where decisions are being made. It's been a hard time to be an anti-poverty advocate, but the reason our staff work as hard as they do, and they work hard, is that they know it's been a brutal time to be living with food insecurity or housing insecurity or financial insecurity. And so I would like to see us all here at this event send a signal today that they have a community standing with them, and more importantly, with the people this organization represents and serves. So I'm excited to announce that our board has raised $10,000 of matching funds for whatever you all can give today. So please dig deep, take advantage of this match from our board, send that signal. And I want to thank you all for spending your time with us today on yet another Zoom meeting, for standing with us and more importantly with our community in Colorado and for your own anti-poverty advocacy.
Thank you so much, Sarah. So the board match of $10,000 means that if you give $500 today, that $500 will be matched. If you give $1,000 today, that $1,000 will be matched. If you give $10 today, that $10 will be matched. So it's a great opportunity to really maximize your contribution to CCLP. And we work really hard to be good stewards of those dollars, ensuring that nearly all of the dollars go back to programs. Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you to the board. It's a tremendous and gracious contribution.
It's less than you all do every day.
Thank you. So please remember to tune back in today at noon for the Champions of Economic Justice and Equity Awards. We will also have special remarks from a very special guest, Lieutenant Governor Primavera. And later this afternoon at 3 p.m., you will have an opportunity to engage in discussions on health advocacy and food security. We look forward to seeing you in a couple of hours.